did this play once before in 1994, I think it was, when the world was feeling like a rather hostile place, and when the events that have transpired regarding Iraq and the war, the talk of war, I thought, well, this play is a very viable choice again. The play was written in 1936, obviously before World War II, and yet Robert Sherwood, the author of the play, was prophesizing World War II. I suppose anybody who was really paying attention to what world events were at the time would have said that the war was inevitable. But he wrote, and Sherwood wrote a play that is extremely timely, even though it was written in 1936. I guess you could call it an anti-war play. That's not to say that Sherwood would have been against World War II, which many of us believe had to be fought. But it's a play that talks about the horrors of war. Nobody wants war. In that case, in that sense, it is an anti-war play. People are dehumanized. Little people, as I think some of the cast members have probably already said, are absorbed or consumed by the outbreak of war. Innocent people die, which of course we've all been, unfortunately reminded of that in the recent events in Afghanistan and every day in some place in the world. But the play is a comedy, nonetheless. That many of our finest comedies, however, have serious messages. And the play keeps twisting back and forth between humorous episodes and serious episodes where Sherwood, who incidentally was a resident of Stockbridge, Massachusetts, when he wrote this play.
This is the crew of Idiot's Delight, and they're going to tell you a little bit about themselves.
I'm Randy. I'm a junior. This is my first year being on crew. And I'm enjoying this because I like building stuff.
Hi, I'm Mike. I'm a sophomore. This is my second year on crew, and I like building everything and watching it being used.
I'm Liam. I am a junior. This is my first year doing tech. I don't really like it at all. I think it's kind of terrible, but no, I like it. It's fun building stuff, and everybody's pretty relaxed about things, so I'm leaving. Thank you.
I am Brian. I am the tech director for Idiot's Delight, and I've been doing this for 4 years. And I am a junior. Yep.
I'm Dan, and I'm a freshman, and I've been doing this just for this play, and yeah.
I'm Jess. I'm a sophomore. I've been working at crew this is my second year, and I like building things and painting.
I'm Erica. I'm a sophomore. This is my first year on crew, and I like painting stuff.
Alright, I'm Mike. I'm a senior. I've been working on this since sophomore year. We are working on Idiot's Delight right now, and I'm doing all sorts of random jobs and having lots of fun doing it.
Hillary, you said they don't fight. Oh, where are you, Hillary? You see?
You see, we stand together. France and England, America, allies.
Shut up, will you?
You see. Oh, they don't dare fight against the power of England.
And Hillary, they've tried to hold you back. You keep wanting to step forward. You step forward. Yeah.
The three democracies against the fascist tyranny.
Okay, so the three of you there together, right? Three tomorrow. It's not married to good enough. That's all right. Okay?
Stop fluctuating, will you?
England and France are fighting for the hopes of mankind.
Sure, minutes ago, England was a butcher in a dress suit, and now we're
We
allies.
stand together.
I'm Justin Namney. I'm an 11th grader here, and I'm playing Harry in the play this fall. One of the challenges of playing Harry is that he's very musical. He brings an element of music to the show. For me, it's been difficult because I've had to learn numerous songs of the period because we play them throughout the show, and also helping the other cast learn the songs.
Like what songs?
We're playing Anything Goes. No, not no shoes. No business like show business. What is it?
The Lovely.
Oh, It's the Lovely. But what? I get a kick out of you. But no, what's the one that Sarah sings?
Begin the Beguine.
Begin the Beguine. No, that's not the one I'm talking about. Putting on the Ritz. There we go.
That's I think Berlin.
Yes. And then there's a Russian folk song called Kakstrana that I'm playing in there. And it's hard for me because I have to sing and I don't really want to because I've never sang and played the piano in front of this many people before. So it's going to be an accomplishment for me when I do it.
What's up, Captain?
Auguste, open the doors, the windows, do not afraid.
French aeroplanes, it is reprisal for last night. They're coming to destroy our base here. They have no right to attack this hotel, but there may easily be an accident. I advise the seller. Oh, no. I entreat you, madame, not to be reckless. I have enough on my conscience now without adding to it your innocent life.
Don't worry, Captain.
God be with you, madame.
My name is Hallie. I'm a member of the cast of Idiot's Delight here at PHS. And Idiot's Delight is a play set in Italy, actually where 4 countries converge: Italy, Austria, Bavaria, and Switzerland. And it was actually written in 1936, predicting World War II. It's about the world on the verge of war. And in the play, many nationalities are represented. There's British, German, Austrian, French, Russian. And it's about, I think what it's about for me is a conflict between the little people, the masses, people who don't have control over things, and the power heads, those who control what have, like governments and war and such. And I think the basic message of the play is that, well, there's a conflict between who's guilty, those who supply the weapons, the power heads, those who have the power, or the little people who use the weapons, who actually fight the wars. And it's who's to blame for the horror of war. And I think the truth is that everyone's to blame and everyone is guilty. We're all humans are guilty for the atrocities that are committed. And if we don't stand up and say something, we're to blame. So I think that's the basic message of the play. But it isn't all about death and destruction. It is actually a comedy drama, and I think that's very appropriate. I think that that's the perfect way for the playwright to get across his message, because even though it is a message it's a very serious message, I think it's very important to have comedy and joy in our lives.
The kids learn to be very resourceful. You do. With a limited budget. That's one thing I try to teach.
Anything goes. my name is Andrea Zurin. I'm a freshman here at PHS, and I play BB Gould. She's the shimmy artiste of the group. She's kind of like a hard, dumb little number who doesn't really know much. I drink beer and don't really sit properly and talk with a little bit of a slur. And she's a lot of fun. She's a fun character to play, and she's cool.
In olden days, a glimpse of stocky was looked on as something shocking, but now God knows anything goes. Good authors too, who once knew better words, now only use for letter words, writing prose. Anything goes. My name is Sarah LaPlante, and I play Shirley Laughlin. I'm a junior at PHS. Shirley is the leader of the Les Blondes. She's pretty tough. She's the strong character. She's still kind of dumb, but not as dumb as the other ones. She has a solo and sings in the numbers with the other girls, and that's basically it. She's kind of good buddies with Harry, but not in the way that Irena and Harry are.
Hi, I'm Emma Lifegren. I'm a freshman here at PHS, and in the play that we're doing, Idiot's Delight, I am playing Elaine Mestiger. She's one of the Les Blondes. She's kind of hair-tossy, almost snotty, but she's probably one of the shyest people in the group of Les Blondes.
Anything goes when mothers peck and plead for father because they decide they'd rather be tennis pros. Anything goes if driving fast cars you like, if low bars you like, if old hinge.
Hi, my name is Larissa Huda. I'm a sophomore here at PHS. In the play Idiot's Delight, I play Beulah Tremoyne. She is one of the Les Blondes. She is a bubble dancer and kind of the stupidest one. She's the center of many jokes in the play, and I also read tarot cards.
I'm Steve Wells, and I'm part of the crew, and I play as a officer in the play.
It's like a night of tropical splendor. It brings back a memory evergreen. I'm with you once more under the stars, and down by the shore an orchestra's playing, and even the palms seem to be swaying when they begin the boogie. Do it again.
All right, my name's Heather Rowley. I'm the assistant director for the show here. We're doing Idiot's Delight. We've been working on the show, God, roughly like since what's now? I don't even know. It's November, so we started in beginning before October, so like the end of September, so somewhere in there. The assistant director is basically in charge of keeping everything together, all of the organizing of the show, basically. When Mr. Hammond isn't at rehearsal, it's my responsibility to run the rehearsal for him, stop if we are having problems with the actors, such as articulation, volume, things of that sort, or if a blocking isn't working, an actor is not where they're supposed to be, we stop the show and run it back so that we can get everything the right way. I spend a lot of my time, like in the beginning of the show, I spend correcting the lines, because when the actors get off script, it's my job to prompt them so that if they forget the line, I will feed them the first couple of words and to make sure they get it, and then they can finish up their lines. Or once they've gotten them memorized, if they don't have them memorized correctly, I'm supposed to change them so that they're following the words word for word and it's exactly what's written in the script, unless we edit it out for some reason or another. I basically keep track of everything that's going on, who's at rehearsal, why the person isn't at rehearsal if they aren't there, and I keep track of where we left off in rehearsal the day before, so that way I know where to start. I'm trying to think. I keep track of Mr. Hammond's affairs most of the time, like where all of his things are situated, what we need to get, if anything, so for the crew to get like double-sided tape or a tacks to attach the curtains, things like that. I'll write him notes, that way he remembers to get them while he's at the store. we also keep track of what's going on stage. Like when he's not around, I become the actual role of the director and have to critique what's going on stage. Also, we have, like if we're having, especially when we're having doubles as tonight where we run from 2:20 to about 9 o'clock at night, we'll start doing an actual breakdown of the scenes. And like there's emotional scenes in this play where like Harry and Irena are sitting down and they're revealing their past to one another, or where Irena and Weber are talking and it's kind of their like breakup scene. And we kind of stop and talk to them about the actors and try to find out what their motivations are. That way, if their subtexts are unclear in the scene, we can help them figure things out, and the meaning, the real meaning of the scene will come out, and it becomes a lot more intense once we've actually helped them work it out. We'll ask them questions and prompt them to the right answer, or the answer that would make sense for them to play it in a particular manner. I don't know what else I need to say, really. I think that's about it.
I repeat, comedian is not fun. You will excuse me.
Certainly. See you later, pal. Friendly old bastard.
Quite, but you are right. The situation is funny. There is always something essentially laughable about the thought of a lunatic asylum. But I suppose you thought it less humorous when you were on the inside.
I guess so. I guess it isn't easy for Germans to see the funny side of things these days. Do you mind if I join you?
I beg of you to do so, my comrade.
I don't want to thrust myself forward, but you see, I travel with a group of blondes, and it's always a relief to find somebody to talk to. Have you seen the young ladies?
Oh, yes.
Very alluring, aren't they?
Very alluring.
You know, that's a genuine antique snuff box, carried a Louis cans.
Very interesting.
Yeah, museum piece. You know, you've got to hoard your gum in Europe. I've been a long way with that gorgeous array of beautiful girls. I took them from New York to Monte Carlo. To say we were a sensation in Monte Carlo would be to state a simple, incontrovertible fact. But then I made the mistake of accepting an offer from the manager of the Club Arizona in Budapest. I found that the conditions in the southeast are not so good.
I traveled with you on the train from Zagreb.
Zagreb? Oh boy, what were you doing there?
I was attending a labor congress.
Yeah, I heard about that. The nightclub people thought the Congress would bring in business. They were wrong, but excuse me, my name is Harry Van.
Killary is my name.
Glad to know you, Mr.
Killary.
Killary. I'm an American. What's your nationality?
I have no nationality. I drink to your good health.
Well, I drink to your lack of nationality, of which I approve. Una bella giornata, Nina, una bella giornata. Beviamo un po'. Dopo tutto quell'esercizio ti farebbe male. Mi glielo rappresate per un'oretta. Ma se mi sento proprio bene, andiamo. Mi rappresare più tardi. I always get an awful kick out of hearing Italian. It's beautiful. Do you speak it?
Only a little. I was born a Frenchman.
I see.
I'm sure that if I took only one, Paul Porter was extremely articulate.
I'm sure that if I took even one sniff, that would bore me to rip.
Not Paul. Not Paul. Paul Porter wasn't from the hood.
Even one sniff. I'm sure that if I took even one sniff, that would...
One sniff.
I'm sure that if I took even one sniff, that would bore me.
Not Paul. Bore.
I'm sure that if I took even one sniff, that would bore me to bore. I'm sure that if I took even one sniff, that would bore me to rip me too. If I get a kick out of you, I get a kick every time I see you standing there before.
Gradually over the last few years building up wardrobe. We've had a lot of donations and we've invested a lot. I always manage to take some of the profits and spend them. We do a lot of period plays from 30s, 40s, so a lot of our costumes are from that period. A lot of times we can use actual period dresses, suits, and sometimes we just fudge it and make it do, or I make.
Yes.
Whatever I make.
How many costumes do you think we have here now?
Well, we have over 200 pairs of shoes, if that's a clue. I have no clue. I have no clue because we have skirts and blouses and shirts coming out the wazoo and pants and suits and sports jackets. We now have
Wedding dresses.
We have wedding dresses. We have 2 sets of tails, or is it 3 sets of tails? We have about 8 tuxedos now, or 9 tuxedos. I just bought 10 pairs of tuxedo pants, so we now have pants to go with all the jackets. Well, they were cheap. eBay. eBay is the secret. They were
That's great.
They were $1 a pair.
No,
The
you
shipping
gotta buy
cost
it. You
more
gotta
than the
buy it,
pants.
yeah.
And we have custom jewelry. If we need something special, there's certain people I go to in the community, and they loan it to us, and they get a credit. We have a florist that we work with. We got to figure out a floral thing that we're going to need. So she has time.
That's it.
What?
They'll talk to you about
Okay. She wants lead time on that.
Okay.
And she'll come and look and see,
She
and
might-
we have a floral designer that does all this stuff, you know, because she has kids.
Huh? The fur?
Oh, we've got a fur closet filled with furs that are locked up.
Yes.
And that's jammed.
Yeah.
It's jammed. I've got an old raccoon coat coming in too, by the way.
Good. Just we need it.
We need a raccoon coat, yeah.
The room we're in right now
Is
is the
horrendous.
room is supposed to be the costume prop room.
It's now turning the costume room.
we have to keep fighting to keep the.
Yes.
Yeah, we've outgrown the room.
Yes, we
and,
have.
And everything in here is really stuff that we use, even though it may look like a complete mess. Everything is really, recycled and used again and again.
Yeah. We
Samantha-
started out with clothing with 2 round racks, like you see in a department store. That was it, and they weren't
Yeah.
even full. Now we have a walk-in closet that's double racked on one side.
Kids built it.
The kids built it, but it's all portable. Can all be taken down.
That's right.
It's not a
Yeah.
permanent installation.
Nope.
If you need feathers, we've got fans.
Crazy Chicago.
Yes, we've got lingerie, we've got pajamas, we've got slippers, we've got smoking jackets.
Sounds like we're having a sale here.
It's phenomenal. We've got handbags, hats. We got hats out the wazoo. We have a lot of period hats now.
Samantha.
We've been lucky.
Samantha, this is your first time working. What's it been like working in costumes and on the crew?
It's a lot more fun than I think it's more fun than being on cast. I have to tell you. I think it would be. I mean, I've never been in the cast before, but definitely it's so much fun.
Why is it fun?
Well, the costumes are great because I organized the closet and you got to see everything. There's so many different styles and things. And then on crew, you don't have to do one thing. You're not just a painter or work with wood or stuff. You can do a lot of variety of stuff. So it's really cool.
Is it interesting to see it all come together? All the little pieces that you've been working on.
Oh yeah, the set has gotten so much better. It's really good. So.
And she can be creative. I said, well, we need a dress for this one, so she pulls one out, and it's kind of fun.
Right. Hey, Jen in the background.
Yeah, hi.
What are you doing in this? Have you already talked to them?
No, I have not, actually.
What are you doing in this show?
I play Donna Nevedell, who's the social manager of the hotel, and is actually very happy about being the social manager of this particular hotel. So she gets pretty excited when Irena and Weber come over, because they'll be bringing a lot of other people with them.
Giving Donna something to do.
Yeah, 'cause Donna's bored out of her mind.
Okay. But you're getting it?
Yeah.
Okay, continue, Sean.
No, I don't care for battleships, and I shall not marry the new Duke.
But there is something a little reminiscent in this gaudy picture you paint of a wax seller. I guess this young couple has touched a tender spot, huh?
Oh, what kid?
Apply intelligence
I see.
and ask yourself, why shouldn't they die? And who are the worst criminals? Those who sell the instruments of death, or those who buy them and use them? You know there is no logical reply to that.
No.
And all these little people, like your new friends, they are considering me an odd villain because I supply them with what they want, the illusion of power. Being able to protect them from the consequences of their obvious inferiority. That is what they vote for in their pious governments. What they cheer for in their national anthems. What they glorify in their monuments and their waving flags. They speak of something. Honor. No, yes. Sorry. They speak of something they call national honor. But what does it amount to? Mistrust of the motives of everyone else. Dog in the major defense of what they've got in greed for other fellows' possessions. Honor? Honor among thieves, I assure you, Elena, that for such little people, the deadliest weapons are the most merciful.
Hi, my name's Sean Conley, and I'm also starring in Idiot's Delight, the PHS Proteus production. And my character is kind of interesting because he's the antagonist. And usually in plays like this, you get to see kind of the good side of things, but you get to see both sides in this, which is nice because it's a nice black-white contrast thing going on. And I think what's interesting about my character is that he's so desensitized by the war that he doesn't. Can we do that? Okay. Okay, I'm gonna keep going. He's so desensitized by the war that it kind of shows like the evils of like how it can actually happen. And like Hallie said before in the play, it's what's worse is she asked a question like, what's worse, the people who sell the weapons, or the people who buy them and use them? And I think it's kind of nice to show the contrast between that. And I think that in order to show the contrast, you have to show the characters with like lots of energy and excitement, like characters like Harry Van and his Les Blondes. And it's actually like it's a dramedy, which means it's like part dramedy and part comedy. Part drama and part comedy. And I think that the reason that there's comedy is that because you can find comedy in any situation. I mean, I'm sure that it's kind of hard to find comedy in mass destruction, but there's things to lighten it up. And I think that's what's great about this play is that it has like, it covers almost all areas. It has a love story in it, it has comic relief, and it has kind of like a serious undertone to it, which is kind of nice to view when you're sitting in the audience. I think it's one of those plays that catches your attention, and even if you're bored with some part of it, like the next part that comes will be totally different. So it's kind of a versatile experience. It's very multifaceted, so I think that's what's great about it.
Miss Neville. It is a lovely view. It is like a landscape of the moon.
Yes, that's exactly what it's like.
You realize we'll have to rehearse for the room?
Yes, the room will be completely at your disposal, Mr. Bailey.
What became of those planes that flew off this afternoon? I haven't heard them come back yet.
I expect they've gone to some base further from the frontier. I certainly hope so. They used to make the most appalling racket.
About 11 o'clock?
Yes, Mr. Van, 11 o'clock would do nicely. Could I bring you a cocktail, madame?
Well, okay, please.
God's how I certainly. I shall have to set Friday.
A perfectly cloudless night. They are very lucky.
Did you get your call?
Yes, I talked to Sansa.
The news was, I suppose, as usual, very good.
It is extremely serious. You saw the bombers that left over there.
Yes.
Italy is evidently in a great hurry to deliver the first blow.
How soon may we live here?
Not too soon, I can assure you. The French High Command knows that bombers came from over there. There will be reprisals.
Oh.
Probably within the next 24 hours.
Well, that would be exciting to see.
In LA?
But here, with the bombs bursting in the snow, sending up great geysers of dime.
Perhaps great geysers about us.
I suppose many people in Paris have now.
This is Beaver, sheared and plucked.
Oh, gosh.
Muskrat.
Well, wait, let me go hang these up first.
Caracal lamb.
Where do you want them? Which rack?
Just anywhere they'll fit.
Okay.
I want to see what we've got.
Times have changed. Since the Puritans
comedy that keeps twisting back and forth between comic episodes and serious episodes. And I was saying that many of our finest comedies are indeed have very serious messages. George Bernard Shaw wrote some of the most beloved comedies of his time. Pygmalion, which became My Fair Lady, is one of them. But these plays have real serious messages undercutting them. So Sherwood has tried to give us a work of art that addresses the problems of a world that is unfortunately seeming forever on the brink of war. He's talking about the will to survive, and he provides us at the end of the play with an image that for me is incredible. It's as poignant and maybe touching, funny as any last scene I've seen in a play. And I don't want to give it away, but it's about how the little people survive and try to find faith, if you will, in the midst of the most horrendous situation. If you've seen Titanic, either of the movies that have been made about it, or that scene where the orchestra plays on as the ship is going down, is slightly reminiscent of what happens at the end of Idiot's Delight. Called Idiot's Delight, I don't know if anyone's mentioned why it's called Idiot's Delight. Idiot's Delight is a card game that is referred to in the play, a game in which there are no rules and nobody wins, which I guess we could say is Sherwood's take on on ultimately what happens in a war that takes hundreds and thousands and millions of victims.
A little specialty of my own. Your attention is not obligatory. My next number will be a little song entitled, Where Have You Been All My Life and Why Didn't You Stay There?
Yeah, man, swing it, honey.
John Greenleaf Whittier. Okay.
The world is going
morning, girls.
Hey, Harry, what do we do now?
Join the army. Now while I give a few of the girls a little rest, I'll slay you with a little specialty of my own. Your attention is not obligatory. My next number will be a little song entitled, Where Have You Been All My Life and Why Didn't You Stay There?
Goddamn the villains that sent them on the errand of death. If you don't close your mouth, Frenchman, we shall be forced to arrest you. Go on, because you commit national suicide. That's the last just left to you and your foreign soldiers.
No. It's okay, Captain. Mr. Hillary here is for peace. He's going back to France to stop the war.
You are not authorized to speak to me. I can say what I feel. What I say is down to she's the impossible. I didn't leave the front.
Did they hurt you, Harry?
The Expo. Give us some music, Donna, and let's make dancing become general.
Come on, get hot. When they begin the boogie, it brings back the sound of music so tender. It brings back a night of tropical splendor. It brings back a memory evergreen. I'm with you once more under the stars, and down by the shore an orchestra's playing, and even the palms seem to be swaying when they begin the boogie. To live it again is past all endeavor, except when that tune clutches my heart, and there we are, swearing to love forever, and promising never, never to part. What moments divine, what rapture serene, till clouds came along to disperse the joys we had tasted. And now when I hear suddenly know what heaven we're in when they begin the beginning. When they begin the beginning.
Oh, good afternoon, madame.
What is that costume?
They called me up. Look, I'm an Italian soldier.
You look splendid.
If you please, madame. But why did you not go on that bus, madame?
I have decided to remain here and enjoy the winter sports.
Oh, I don't think this is a good place anymore. They say the wall is very big. Bigger than last time.
I heard that.
The French will be here to drop bombs on everybody.
That would be very exciting for us if they do, won't it?
If you please, madame. But I came to say goodbye to Augusta and Anna. They're both cousins of mine. They'll laugh when they see me in these clothes. Can I get you anything, madame?
Yes, soon. Bring me a bottle of champagne. A crinkly glasses. We'll have a drink together.
Yes, madame.
Your luggage is in the hall, madam. You will sit in the same suite.
No, I didn't really care for those rooms. Have you anything a little smaller?
We have smaller rooms on the other side of the hotel.
I will have the small. It will be cozier.
Do you wish to go to it now?
No, have my luggage sent up. I'll see it later.
I was right, Augusta laughs very much.
What will become of your wife and children?
Oh, I suppose that Assisi will feed them. He promised to feed every family with a man out fighting for their country.
Oh, for yourself one.
Oh, well, thank you so much, madame. I wasn't sure I heard you correctly.
To you, Dulcie, and to Austria.
And to you, madame. This is good. And may you soon be restored to your home in Petersburg.
My home. Oh, no fear.
No, madame. And now I must go find Anna.
One moment. Here. For you.
Oh, thank you so much, madame.
Non si
The
può signor
capitano. May
E
God
allora,
bless.
signor Maggiore, vediamo prima dopo e andiamo capo.
Some champagne, Captain?
No, thank you very much, madame.
You need not be so anxious to avoid me. I know perfectly well it was not your fault.
You are very understanding, madame.
Yes. That is true. I'm the most understanding woman in the world. That is why I am alone here on this cold mountain peak with no one to turn to and nowhere to go.
I can be of service to you, madame, in any way.
Yes, I know you will be very kind and hopelessly polite.
I realize, madame, that politeness now means nothing. But under these tragic circumstances, what else can I do?
What else can you do under these tragic circumstances? I will tell you what you can do. You are a man. You can refuse to fight. You can refuse to use the weapons they have sold you. But you are going into the bar. Don't let me detain you.
You will forgive me, madame?
Fully, my dear Captain, fully.
Thank you, madame. Thank you very much.
Did you have some trouble?
No. Whose champagne is that?
Mine. Will you have some?
Thanks.
A dupes to use that glass.
Oh, that's okay.
Did you miss your train?
No, the train went. I got the girls on board. Mr. and Mrs. Cherry promised to look after them. They'll be okay.
And you have come back here to me.
It's perfectly obvious I came back.
Then you backed it when you said you wanted to help me.
Well, you said it, I'd never be sure. Well, I came back to tell you I am sure. I got thinking back on that bus, and I came to the conclusion that it was Route 974, or close to it anyhow. And I couldn't help but feel a little flattered. To think out of all the sordid hotel rooms you must have been in, you would remember that one.
Bayard is not dead. The Chevalier Bayard. Somewhere in that funny musical soul of yours is the spirit of Leander and Abelard and Galahad. You give up everything, you risk your life. You have walked unafraid in the valley of the shadow to aid and comfort their standing in distress. Isn't that the truth?
Yes, that's the truth. Simply and plainly put. Now, when are you going to break down and tell me who the hell are you?
Doesn't matter so very much who I am.
No, I like you like you are.
Give me some more champagne. I'm not a Romanov. Far from it. I just like to see the light in people's eyes when I tell them I'm a Russian princess. They're all such snobs. I'm not going to tell the truth to them. Why should I? Their whole life is a lie. But I can tell the truth to you because you are an honest man.
Oh, I am I? Another bottle of champagne! Hi, Captain.
What happened? Did you miss the train?
No, the train went. Just a goddamn fool.
I love you, Harry. Yes. Ever since that night in the Governor Bryan Hotel, I've loved you. You have a heart that I can trust, and I know whatever I say to you, it will never be misunderstood.
Yeah, I had you tagged from the start.
And you adore me too, don't you, darling?
No, I told you once.
Oh, you mustn't admit it.
And another thing. I'll fix it with the captain to get across the border tomorrow, and we'll meet up with the girls in Geneva. That's as good a place as any to rehearse the code.
The code? No, you must tell it to me at once.
At once? It's a very deep, complicated scientific problem.
I should be able to do that very easily.
If you're exceptionally smart and apply yourself, you'll have a good understanding of it after 6 months.
On my Rita, you're right. I should be able to do that very well.
And another thing. If you're going to qualify for this academy, it's better to lay off the liquor. It's a common known fact that booze and science don't mix.
I don't think I shall use my own name.
No?
No. I shall call myself Nemora. Nemora is great, assisted by Harry Van. I shall wear black velvet, cut very plain, you know, with my olive skin. I must have something to hold. One little white flower, huh? No, a little white prayer book.
For last night. They are coming to destroy our base here. They have no right to attack this hotel, but there may easily be an accident. I advise the cellar.
No.
I entreat you, madame, not to be reckless. I have enough on my conscience now without adding to it your innocent life.
Don't worry, Captain. Death and I are old friends.
God be with you, madame.
We're in the war, Harry.
Yeah, I know, but what are we going to do? Go out and say boom?
Sing to them.
My voice don't feel appropriate. Too bad we don't have Charlie Hoppe.
Everyone goes into the cellar. Wait, it is dangerous here.
Ridiculous.
Thanks, senor.
You have been warned.
Here we are, on top of the world, and he wants us to go to the cellar. Do you want to go to the cellar? No, bomb comes worse than the cellar.
All right, I'll stick by it.